Hi folks, today we're going to talk about Meetup. So finding new activities can be tough to do, even more so during COVID. So Meetup is a website, they also have an app version, that is designed to bring people together based on shared interests. While Meetup originally started out with only in-person events, many groups now meet virtually to work through the pandemic. So the first thing you're going to want to do is go to meetup.com, and then you're going to want to sign up. So this is going to ask you to create an account. You can sign up with one of your social media accounts or just sign up with an email address. Once you've signed up with your email address, it'll go ahead and ask you to put in some various interests, things like that, so it can help you start building your profile. I already have an account made, so I'm just going to pop over to that. So once you've created an account, what you're going to see on your home screen will be any groups that you've joined. So I've joined the Oak Lawn Public Library Meetup group, and then it's going to show you events near where you are. And then it just kind of shows you based on interests that you've chosen. So I've, for interest, chosen things like technology, outdoors, education, stuff like that. So you can just kind of scroll through and see lots of different things. So you'll notice that many of the events have a little button that says online event. So that means that the event is going to be online. And this is typically through things such as Google Meets, Zoom, Skype, stuff like that. And then each individual event, once you've joined it and RSVP'd, will give you all of the specifics about that. So first we're going to take a look at how to search and browse events. So up at the very top, you're going to see a search bar. And when we click into that, you can type in whatever it is that you're looking for. So I'm just going to type in book club. And then it's going to bring up all of the different book club options. So you can see that this is near Chicago, Illinois. So you can change it to make it more specific to your zip code. So we'll set it for Oak Lawn, Illinois. You can set it for any day, so maybe you want to look for something next week. And then for any type, you can narrow down to online versus in person. And then what you're going to have is a list of events that are happening in your particular area based on your date range. And you will see that all of these have the online event because that's what we've narrowed down to. So here you'll also be able to see the date, the time, the name of the group, how many people are a part of that group. This number does not necessarily mean that's how many people are coming to each individual meetings. A lot of times this is going to be just how many people have joined that particular group. So I'm actually going to go back to any day, and we're going to choose Oak Lawn Public Library so that I can show you our events. And you'll see that the very first one that pops up is our Refreshing Reads book discussion, which will be happening actually soon, so tonight. So you can see, again, this is an online event. You can see how many people have RSVP'd, where it's happening, and if we click into this event, we're able to see the event description. So the book for this particular week is The Book Woman of Troublesome Creek. There'll be a little description. And then for our events, we put all of our Google Meet information there. You'll see over on the right that this has the date and time, but under online event, it says link visible for attendees. So for most groups, in order to get that link, you're going to have to do this attend online option down here. So most groups will only provide you with a link if you actually RSVP'd to that particular event. Some groups will also require that you actually join their particular group. Some of them will ask you questions. Some of them are based on location, stuff like that. But a lot of public libraries, especially like ours, are happy to have attendees from anywhere. So we put all of our information there so we don't require people to RSVP at all. So also over on the right, you'll see that we have our Oak Lawn Public Library Meetup. So when I click on that, it actually takes me to the group page. So the nice thing about going to a groups page is you can see a list of all of the events that are coming up. You can also see past events. So if you want to see maybe some of the books that discussion groups have read in the past, you can take a look at those. And then you'll see a little description, you'll see a list of upcoming events, past events as well. Over here on the right, you will see that there's a little review option for our combined 20s and 30s sci-fi fantasy book club. So my Meetup account RSVP'd to that, so now it's asking me if I want to rate that event. So I could rate that, and then other people would be able to see that, and they can use that to kind of determine whether or not they might want to attend events in the future. So if you pop back up to the top, you can also see that there's an explore option. So if you're not looking to search for specific events, you can just do explore, and that will just let you browse through everything that's kind of coming up. There's also a little message icon. You are able to send messages back and forth with people that you were in groups to. So if you have a question about a group, you can send a message to the book club leader or the group leader. If you become friends with anybody in the group, you can also send messages back and forth. We've also got some notifications over here. Once you have joined some group, you'll get notifications about upcoming events. You will also get notifications about book club or meetups in general that are similar to yours. So mine are for book clubs because that's the group that I've joined so far. And then over on the far right is where my account setting is going to be made. So you'll notice that there's a section for payments. It does not cost anything to join the general section of Meetup. If you decide to start your own group, there is a cost for that as a host, but to be just somebody who attends, you are not required to have any sort of payment. You can also visit your profile here, so you can add a photo. You'll be able to see a list of all of your Meetup groups that you're a part of. You can set your location, you can add a bio. It tells you when you've joined, you can attach your social media accounts, and then over here, I can see a list of all of my interests. So if I were to go visit somebody else's profile, this is also information that I could see about them. So everything that you put here on your profile is going to be publicly available. So do keep that in mind when you're creating your bio and things like that. The other option that I have over here are going to be our settings. So settings will just be user ID. So this is attached to my Oakland Public Library email address. You can edit your location, language, birthday, gender, bio. You can choose email updates. So I have email updates turned off. If you keep them turned on, then you'll get notifications about upcoming events, things like that. As I mentioned, the Meetup also has an app, so you can download the app for either Android or Apple devices, and then if you do have the app, you're able to set whether or not you want to get mobile notifications. You've got privacy settings, so you can set who is able to message you on Meetup. You can also determine, whether or not it shows your interests, your Meetup groups, things like that. And then your social media, if you want to add any of your social media accounts here, you can. So we'll pop back to general. And then at any time up at the top, you can just click on Meetup to go back to the top. And that is pretty much it for Meetup. The best way to kind of get used to it is to just pop in. Now that there are so many events online, it can be a really great way to kind of reach out and meet some new people. In my experience, the people on Meetup are really great and really friendly. So I encourage you to give it a shot, check it out. As I mentioned before, all of our book clubs are on here. So I would also encourage you to join our Meetup group and get notifications about our upcoming book clubs. We'd love to have you if you haven't already started attending one of them. But if you have any questions, just let us know. Otherwise, go forth and enjoy your Meetups.